Just because you're a Hollywood name, that doesn't necessarily mean that everyone's gonna want to work with you. A lot of celebrities have reputations that follow them wherever they go, and when those reputations are bad, people don't want to work with you. I've compiled a list of celebrities who for various reasons might have a hard time booking a job with one of Hollywood's biggest companies, so let's get to counting down the top 10 celebrities Netflix won't hire. At number 10, Chris D'Elia. Comedian Chris D'Elia isn't looking too favorable in Hollywood's eyes following the allegations against him. Reports came out last year detailing a number of encounters that Chris had with girls under the age of 18. When these encounters came to light, as a result, backlash and scandal ensued, which resulted in Chris losing a lot of work. First, Chris's comedy show on Netflix was cancelled, and an episode of the Hulu show Workaholics that featured Chris as an inappropriate character was also pulled from the streaming service. What has probably hurt his career most, however, is being dropped by his agency. Reports came out that Chris was no longer being represented by the Creative Arts Agency, and he's also been dropped by his manager, 3 Arts Entertainment, and his comedy booking agent as well. Now, even if Chris were able to get someone to represent him in the industry, the fact that he's already been dropped by Netflix once leads you to believe that they probably wouldn't be open to working with him again in the future. So I think it's safe to say that your career is pretty much in the can. At number 9, Shia Lebeouf. Late last year, actor Shia Lebeouf faced severe allegations after his ex-girlfriend FKA Twigs filed a lawsuit against him detailing some of the encounters that she had with him. Twigs alleged that he threatened to crash a car with her in it if she didn't profess her love for him, and claimed that he would sometimes grab her so hard that she would bruise. Even singer Sia came forward with her own allegations against the actor, saying that she too had been emotionally hurt by Shia after he tricked her into an adulterous relationship. Now on top of that, we've learned that Shia has also been losing work because of his bad attitude after allegedly being fired by Olivia Wilde from the film Don't Worry Darling. It was announced in late fall last year that Harry Styles was going to be replacing Shia in the film, and now we know that it was due to his alleged bad behavior, as people cited that Shia is, quote, not an easy guy to work with. And with all of this bad press piled up against him, as well as his bad reputation for being hard to work with, I'm sure that Netflix would not want to work with this actor. Now, before I carry on with our list, why not take a moment to leave a like on this video if you're enjoying it so far, and while you're at it, maybe hit that subscribe button as well to see more videos like this one. At number 8, Armie Hammer. 2021 started off with an absolutely huge Hollywood scandal. The first big entertainment news story of the year followed the downfall of actor Armie Hammer after a series of DMs were leaked that exposed his life behind closed doors. An Instagram account exposed Armie after they posted dozens of screenshots that showed the actor's conversations with various women between 2016 and 2020. The messages show Armie talking about his bedroom fantasies, including fantasies of consensual non-consent and eating his partner. As a result of this scandal, Armie's career took a serious nosedive. When the scandal first broke, Armie withdrew from an upcoming film that he was supposed to star in alongside Jennifer Lopez, and he was also dropped from the cast of an upcoming Paramount Plus project about the making of The Godfather. Armie has also been dropped by his agency and his publicist as well. Because of the aftermath of this scandal and the investigations that this led to, I don't think anybody, never mind just Netflix, would be wanting to work with this actor. It will be very difficult for him to come back from all of this. At number 7, Gina Carano. Disney was hit with a minor scandal this year, and it involved one of their newer stars, Gina Carano. Known for her role in the Disney Plus series The Mandalorian, Gina became a fan favorite very quickly, that is until her tweets became an issue. This whole scandal came about after Gina tweeted a controversial message saying that being a Republican was similar to being Jewish during World War II, implying that Republicans are being persecuted in a way because of their political beliefs. This tweet angered a lot of fans, but it's not the first time that the actress had made headlines concerning her offensive tweets. She's also made anti-mask posts, and she's tweeted about the suspected voter fraud during the US presidential election. The people behind the making of The Mandalorian made the decision to fire Gina as a result, and her career was pretty much tanked. Her tweets caused her to lose a job working for one of the biggest companies in the industry, and this could affect her success in getting work from other big companies like Netflix. At number 6, Hartley Sawyer. Hartley Sawyer is one actor who might never come back to Hollywood after he got exposed for his incredibly offensive tweets back in 2020. Hartley, who was best known for having played Ralph Dibny, aka the elongated man on the CW's The Flash, faced a heck of a lot of backlash when many of his past tweets were brought to light. These tweets, which span as far back as 2009, highlight Hartley's poor attempts at humor, many of them including racist, sexist, homophobic, and even violent messages. These tweets were brought to light during the Black Lives Matter movement that saw a huge jump in support last summer, and as fans dug deep into many celebrities' lives, this was one of the biggest stories of a celebrity exposure to come out during that time. As a result of these offensive tweets, Hartley was fired from his role on The Flash and has been MIA from social media since issuing an apology for his actions. Because of the reputation that he has now for being offensive, combined with the fact that he's been out of Hollywood for so long, it might be safe to assume that if he does make a comeback to the industry, he probably won't be hired by anyone like Netflix. At number 5, Lea Michele. Lea Michele was exposed last year for her bad attitude, and she hasn't made a comeback since. Former Glee star Samantha Ware called the actress out for her rudeness among other negative things, and this brought on a wave of other accusations. People started coming forward to talk about their experiences working with Lea, and some recounted some instances of bullying, aggressiveness, and diva behavior. As a result, Lea lost her sponsorship with HelloFresh. In response to the allegations made against Lea, specifically for her alleged racial microaggressions and discriminatory actions, the company issued a statement saying that they would no longer be affiliated with the actress. This was just the first instance of Lea losing work over the scandal, but because there were so many horror stories that came out about her last year, producers as well as other people in the industry might now be a little hesitant to work with her because she's gained such a public reputation of being hard to work with. Since we haven't heard much from her since getting cancelled last year, we can assume that she hasn't really found much work since then, and certainly not from big companies like Netflix, because they wouldn't want to take a chance on someone who people are still kind of upset with. At number 4, Laughlin. Actress Laughlin has been fired by Netflix once before, so the chances of them wanting to work with her again are pretty slim. The actress faced a lot of drama last year as she was put on trial for exchanging bribes with college admissions in order to get her daughter into a good school. After pleading guilty to the charges against her, she was sent to jail to serve a 2-month sentence. Now that she's been released, she'll be hard-pressed to find work in the industry. Since the admission scandal, she's lost work, and as I mentioned, she's been dropped from the Full House reboot on Netflix, and some sources say that she's even been blacklisted from Hollywood. Whether or not this blacklisting really stands is yet to be known, but the bottom line here is that no one wants to hire her right now, especially Netflix. Being fresh out of the scandal, as she was released from jail in late December, it'll be a while before she can start finding work again. At number 3, Thora Birch. Thora Birch was once a rising star in Hollywood. From starring in Hocus Pocus to American Beauty, she was finding a lot of success in the industry, but due to a number of reported conflicts with several Hollywood executives, Thora hasn't really been finding the same level of success that she once was. Some say that she's even been blacklisted from Hollywood. Thora isn't solely to blame for her career troubles though, as it's believed that much of this has to do with Thora's father and the conflicts that he's been involved in, and had physically threatened other actors. Thora was also fired from her project Manson Girls after her father allegedly got into an argument with production. Between 2010 and 2018, Thora reportedly only booked 1 gig, and the actress has said that much of that has to do with her bad rep in the industry. She's also said that she's angered a lot of people over the years, so that could also be a reason why she's been fired from Hollywood. She isn't finding any work from big companies like Netflix, and probably won't for the foreseeable future. At number 2, Jussie Smollet. Former Empire actor Jussie Smollet found himself in a lot of trouble for a while following the scandal and subsequent backlash he faced after he was caught making false police statements about alleged hate crimes. In January 2019, Jussie claimed to have been attacked by a group of people wearing masks who put a rope around his neck and shouted an array of slurs at him. However, after a police investigation ensued, they found that the claim was fake. It was later discovered that Jussie made the whole thing up because he was unhappy with his salary from Empire and figured that he could get more after an event like the one that he fabricated. The charges laid against him for making this false report were eventually dropped, but similar charges emerged this year and Jussie was indicted. As a result of the scandal and legal issues, Jussie was promptly fired from Empire and has struggled to make things work for him in the industry since then. some people wanted him to be blacklisted for what happened. Since then, Jussie hasn't really found much success after the scandal, and no one is really out here trying to take a chance on him over fears that he might pull a similar stunt on them, so networks like Paramount or Netflix aren't really out here trying to work with him. And finally, at number 1, Zooey Deschanel. Even though Zooey Deschanel is known to play fun, bubbly, and happy characters on TV and in films, her real-life personality is apparently far from nice. Turns out Zooey is actually pretty mean in real life, and she's hard to work with on set. People who have worked with the actress have said that she's got a really bad attitude on set, saying that she acts very stuck up and has a big ego. Others have said that she makes large demands, throws unnecessary tantrums about literally anything, and has a reputation for delaying shoots, but won't hesitate to go off on anyone else who makes demands or delays shoots. Basically, she's got a really bad attitude, and that's one of the reasons why a lot of people think that she just doesn't get cast anymore, because nobody wants to work with her. This could be a reason why networks like Netflix don't want to hire her, because they don't want to have the hassle of dealing with a celebrity who's notoriously hard to work with. Now, before I wrap things up for today, I want you guys to tell me down in the comments if there are any other celebrities that you would have included on this list. I'm pretty sure it's safe to say that any celebrity who's remotely problematic or has a bad reputation in Hollywood would definitely have trouble finding work anywhere, but who else do you think I missed? Let me know down below. Anyways, that's it for me. I've been your host, Brew Room, and until next time, stay safe, make good choices, and stay groovy, friends.